What up? What up? What up? It is that guy Dub, and I'm back with another video. At the end of the day, shouting, I'm good money. How y'all doing? Today we got a special guest in the building, public figure, Mr. Eric Kirsdale. How you doing, brother?
Hey, I'm pretty good, man. How's it going?
Tell us, we've been playing a little phone tag trying to get this thing done, but we here now. We
We here.
outside.
Yes, sir.
Okay, we're gonna start off as go ahead and let everybody know who you are and you said what you got going on.
Oh, okay, man. I'm Eric, man. I go by the name Fly Rubber TV. I just started my YouTube channel not long ago. So just blessed, man, and highly favored. You know what I'm saying? Just, blessed to see another day. Yeah.
Oh, that's right. So you just said you just started a YouTube channel. What does your YouTube channel consist of?
Right now I'm not for sure what direction I want to go in, but lately I just been blogging about hip hop news, but I'm not for sure if that's where I want to stay at. But it got me monetized, so I might just have to stay there. You know what I'm saying?
Right? You said nothing wrong with that because I'm on YouTube as well. You said that's why we hear that guy Dub. You said a lot of people they want to get into this social media space, but you said like they don't feel like they have you saying what's necessary. You said to get there. To me, if they ask me, I'm gonna say turn your camera sideways, get in front of it, start talking. You said you build up a repetition of videos. You said you'll get yourself monetized, but you said
True.
it's not gonna happen overnight. You say, yeah, you might have a video to go viral, but and everybody watch that one viral video, but you got to make everybody want to be able to come back. You know what I'm saying? So what is it what is your perspective of hip hop news that gets people to come back?
Uh, it's it's just what's happening right now. Everybody looks up to the hip hop figure. The facade that they put on, the glitz and the glamour, whether it's real or fake, everybody look up to it, and that's what everybody's watching. So why not make some money, displaying it?
Right. So like when you give your opinion, you said it's like is it like a biased opinion? Like so let's say you like a certain artist better than you like a different artist, or does everybody get the same level of you saying you said interest that you would give you saying for somebody else?
Well, it's I don't like to give biased opinions. I like to think of things outside looking in. I like to think of things from a, what I'm saying, like from an all aspect type of deal. So because a lot of times we see it, but we think it's this, but it could be that. You know what I'm saying? But if you only stuck on what you think it is and not looking at how somebody else feel about it, then that's like a biased opinion. So I try to be well circled with it.
Right. So okay. Well, since you talking about hip hop news, what was your stance on the top 50 list?
I don't. Somebody got left off that top 50 list. I forgot who it was. Who?
Ja Rule.
Yeah, he got left off that list. He should have been on there.
Mm-hmm.
Most definitely. He played a major part in that 90s era, that early 2000s era. Matter of fact, him and Ashanti, they had a lot of his. They got a great catalog. But it got his catalog kind of gets overshadowed by the 50 Cent beef.
Mm-hmm.
But my personal opinion, I think 50 Cent copied his style. I think 50 Cent got his lingo from Ja Rule, really, because nobody was singing. Nobody was singing around that time. Nobody was harmonizing like Ja Rule was.
No, I definitely will not argue with that. You see, my issue personally, as you being from Atlanta, you say myself,
Mm.
how you gonna have a top 50? What you say? How you not gonna have Lil Wayne or Andre 3000 in that top five? You know what I'm saying? Because to me, on my list, Andre 3000 is number one. That's
Mine
just
too.
you
Mine
know.
too.
And you said because like I go back and forth with people when it comes to like Eminem. I think Eminem was like number five or something like that. But it's like Eminem, yeah, he blew commercially and everything like that. But there's not a lot of Eminem content that has a lot of replay value. You know what
That's
I mean?
true. That's true. I think it's because Eminem was one of those rappers to go gold, maybe. So he once you go gold, you kind of like separate from the pack.
I mean, and you said, and that's true too. But you said, hell, Young Jock went gold. You said Soldier Boy went gold a couple
Not
times.
not gold. I'm sorry. I mean diamond,
With
platinum,
that,
diamond,
yeah.
diamond. Yeah. So when he went diamond, he separated himself from the pack. Not a lot of rappers, hip hop artists go diamond. It's only like what, 5 of them maybe. I think it was Andre 3000, of course. Then there's Nelly. Um who else? Andre, Nelly, brain fart. But I do know it was 5. It was like it's like 5 of them. You know what I'm saying?
Easy, but like I said, just even with that, like I said, there's not a whole lot of replay. But I mean, I could. You said it was that. There's a few songs that are on my playlist. You know what I'm saying? Because like I had, because like when I was initially having this argument, I was like, I don't have any Eminem songs on my playlist. And then when people started naming stuff off, I was like, damn, that was a banger. Let me go ahead and throw that on there because you said like it's motivation. It's like Till I Collapse. That's a huge motivating song. That just that beat in general, just no matter what you do, if you lift in weights, you just you know what I'm saying?
It get you in the zone, yeah.
Yeah. You said it's like, but then you could have the argument because like I don't think that Kendrick and J. Cole have enough time in the game to be really considered on that list yet. But with that also being said, now on the flip side of that coin, because Biggie died only with 2 albums.
Right.
So you mean somebody like a J. Cole or a Kendrick that's got 8+ albums is not on the same level as Biggie, or that Biggie made such an impact with 2 albums? You said so. It's like I said, it's all art and it's all subjective. So you said, what is your stance on that?
I mean, you make a valuable point. Even with the Biggie, it's like, yeah, he had 2 albums. I think with the Biggie situation, I think it was situational. You know, he died at real early in his career, and he was in an era where it was nobody else in that category besides Tupac that was making noise. And when we lost him, it was just one of those situational things to where everybody gravitated to him.
Right.
So I think that's what makes him the quote unquote legend that everybody, say he is. But he only had 2 albums. I would have loved to see what else he would have done. You know what I'm saying? But
you said, and then that segues to the Jay-Z conversation because like a lot of people say that Jay-Z wouldn't be nothing if Biggie hadn't died. But anybody that's a real hip hop head know that you said Jay-Z was already on his way, and actually Jay-Z and Biggie were actually forming a group called the Commission. With a couple other artists, you said that they were actually going to do the group thing at one point in time. So what's your rebuttal when somebody says Jay-Z wouldn't be shit without Biggie dying?
I disagree with that. Because I mean, you really can't sit here and say that Biggie was gonna run everything for generations. You know what I'm saying? It had to be other artists to come up.
Exactly.
During he had to. You know what I'm saying? It's a big pool. So that's kind of crazy to say that it wouldn't be no Jay-Z without Biggie. You know what I'm saying?
Right. You say now, like, when it comes to like hip hop beefs, you say, we had the whole East Coast, West Coast thing. You saying like, I wish that Tupac and Biggie had squashed their beef and we had that record. Like, because to me, it was a stupid beef in the first place. But to me, that T.I. Ludacris on Top of the World record should have did way better than what it did. And I wish that we had an on Top of the World type record from a Biggie and a Pac. You know what I mean?
Right. Yeah. That's unfortunate, man. That's unfortunate, but
you said, because like I said, just the whole Who Shot You, you said it's speculated that it was about anybody that's a real hip hop head. We don't think so. Some of us do, some of us don't. I personally don't. And I mean, it escalated, and I think that you said the bigger players like the Puffy and the Shugs should have. Nah, man. You said because right at that era, we were still. I mean, we weren't new as hip hop, but you said we were still looked down upon because we're so violent. You said our lyrics are so violent, and then you said life imitates art, and now we losing. You said MCs and things like that. And I just, like I said, I like getting into these conversations because everybody has a different perspective. So going with that, like I was watching an interview with Big Gipp, not too long ago, and him talking about that Tupac would have had Beyonce. We don't know that, but you just like where do you stand? Like, I'm not even gonna cap to you. Big Gipp was speaking some facts though.
Big Gipp spoke a lot of facts. I mean, the track record that Tupac had would say that he would have possibly had Beyonce. He was going like Gipp said, he was going after every popular girl in the game. He had them all.
Mm-hmm.
So who's to say Beyonce wasn't gonna be on that list?
I mean, that's definitely true.
He was charismatic. All they loved Tupac. You know, Janet Jackson loved him. Janet Jackson, my favorite.
Oh, gotta love Janet.
Yeah, so Gipp posed a valuable point. You know what I'm saying? And Gipp was around in that era. You know, he was in the circle with them. So kind of go against if that's how you feel.
Absolutely. You said so. Like when it comes to like you said your specific top five. Let's say we'll go female rappers first. You said so. Like who sits in your you said I guess Mount Rushmore of female rappers?
Top five. I would have to say Gangsta Boo.
Okay.
Lil Kim. Eve. Lauryn Hill. And you got to put Nicki Minaj in there. I'm not a big Nicki Minaj fan, but her bars is undeniable. You can't just she's and to come up under Lil Wayne, you just have to put Nicki in there. So
right, which is going back to you saying why a lot of people had so many issues with Lil Wayne being number 7 on that top 50. Of course, like I said, art is subjective, and whoever made the list, that's their interpretation of their top 50 or whatnot. But you said, like, where you said, would you rank Wayne higher or lower than that number 7, or is he good where he's at?
I would. Is he good where he at? He most definitely would have to be in the 5. Like he ran the game for like 2 decades, man. He one summer he had like 100 features in one summer.
He said, "What was it? I think it was the Source magazine. I think it might have been 2008 and 2009. They said Lil Wayne has 77 singles on the radio at the same time.
At the same damn time, and then Drake, man, Drake came under him. Drake and Nicki Minaj, like that whole top 50 is it can go a lot of different ways, man. I would have to put him at 5. Well, put him in the top 5, but then it's like who would you take out of the top 5? So it's kind of hard. Yeah, it's a tough.
It also depends on where you're from, because like I said, we being from the South, you said we're gonna put Andre 3000 as number 1, but if you're from New York, you're gonna put Jay-Z or Biggie, you said, or Nas, you said.
And the New York cats don't even put Andre 3000 in the mix
at all.
That's crazy to me, but
okay, you said with somebody that prides herself on being real, and you said and telling it like it is, and you said no BS to the point. Say you're at the studio with a partner or whatever, and he's spending his money on studio time. The song is trash. He don't know how to ride the beat. He's saying it's like, how do you coach your man through? You said a session without hurting his feelings, but letting him know the real at the same time.
Man, you know what? With all the BS that's on the radio and all the BS that's blowing up, you kind of got to let your homeboy do his thing, because that BS could possibly blow up too. You know what I'm saying? I feel like if it's genuine and if it's from the heart, then can you go against it?
Right.
You know what I'm saying? I mean, I've been in the studio. I used to do music, but I've been in the studio with some cats, and I'd be like, did you just say that, man? Hell no. But look at all the stuff that our kids is listening to these days. You like, y'all like that?
Right.
Kind of really got to let it play out. You know what I'm saying? It's cats on the radio that's not even on the beat. What's it? I ain't gonna call no names, but yeah, it's some art.
I said it.
What you say?
Blueface. I said it.
Took it right out of my mouth. You took it right out of my mouth. So it's like.
But I think that's just his style. But you said we had a Blueface back in our day. Like, we're not gonna forget about Silk the Shocker. Like
man. Still.
Yeah, because
they made Silk an artist, man. They made him an artist.
Right. And they tried to make him an actor, and that didn't work either.
Man,
Nah,
he acted like he rapped. Like
yeah.
you watching him and he just come off so fast and mumbly. You like, what?
Mm,
Same way he rap.
right. You said
You know,
so like
with those no limit beats, man, I would have been a hit. I could have made a hit off them no limit tracks. You know what I'm saying? So
you can't flex. You said all those beats were undeniable. You said
all
it's
of
like
them.
you said like soon as they come in, you said you like how you do that there. You said
Yeah.
oh
It gets you there, man. It puts you in that zone. So anybody could have rapped over one of those beats and blew up.
mhm. You said I know like one of Ricky Smiley's last stand-up specials where he was talking about that Master B had a bass player and he said when that bass came on how you do that
Oh,
there.
that doo doo, yeah, yeah,
It's like, and then your hootie hoo, you saying that you make them say like I still remember you saying just like make them say you saying like my parents would turn that shit down. You said
yeah,
I'm
yeah,
about to make them say you know what I'm saying? It's like
yeah.
he's like we don't. I mean, you were like nowadays they're recycling the beats, but we don't. I'm not really hearing no passion in the beats like that. You know what I
Right,
mean?
right. Yeah, it's a bunch of trash, man. I don't know. It's depressing. This music these days is depressing, man. I seem like only thing they want to talk about is kill, and money and women.
Mhm.
Nothing is genuine. Nothing is nobody's dropping no jewels.
Right.
So
You said
yeah, so when you hear Jay-Z finna drop a single or something, you run to it because you want to hear the jewels. You want to feed your mind, your brain. These other music just ain't doing it for me.
nah, you said it's like I sit there and I was explaining like my kids asked me, they was like, "Well, pops, what's the difference between the music you listened to back in the day?" It's crazy as hell that we're saying back in the day, referring to our own selves. But you know, it's like, what's different between your music back in the day and our music now? I said we were rapping about selling drugs. Y'all niggas is rapping about doing.
Exactly.
At
Yeah,
least we're entrepreneurs. You know what I'm saying?
it's like we was the drug dealers and they the drug addicts.
It's like, man,
Ain't
this.
that's crazy?
Mhm. And it's funny because you said we grew up using like in the 90s, big clothes in 2000, the t-shirt 4 sizes bigger than you, but you saying
Yeah,
with the Jabot jeans and you saying in the Reebok classics, and you said, oh, the soldiers, don't forget
yeah,
about the soldiers, you said. And hell, and you said like every now and again you might rock a Saucony, just use it or whatever. You used to be the shit. But now you got dudes dressing feminine as hell. And hey, if that's your get down, do you. But don't you said like don't sit there and come for me because I'm still want to
right.
remain masculine. You know what I'm saying? I don't want to have to jump to get it. I don't want to feel Beyonce's pain by having to jump to get in my jeans. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Like
Exactly. Right. I mean, it's ain't it weird though how it's just taking a I think it's gonna come back around though. I think it'll come back around to where what we wore will come back around and and all these tight pants and stuff will just be a fade just fade away, man. I'm tired of seeing it.
mhm. But see, if like and like I said, my platform is a platform where we can have the conversation because
Right.
I like old movies. I like musical movies. You see, like you see your Beat Street, your Breaking One and Two, your Crush
Mm-hmm.
Groove.
Mm-hmm.
Especially when you go look at Breaking, what they're wearing now ain't far off.
It ain't, but that's why I said it's probably gonna come back around. I think it's I can't think of the term for it, but they say hip hop it evolves and it comes back.
Mhm.
So what we wore ain't what's going on right now. What they wore is what's going on, but it'll come back around to us.
Okay, well, you
Our
said with
style, our style will probably come back soon.
that being said, what's something that you hope never comes back you ever again?
um, hmm, I don't know. That's a hard one. I don't know. I would probably say those big ass basketball jerseys. You remember the big basketball jerseys?
I
With
remember,
Go ahead.
yeah, I definitely remember those. I had a few. You know what I'm
I had a
saying?
few too. Yeah,
Like, yeah, we were killing them throwbacks, boy.
throwbacks. Yeah, man. For a minute, them throwbacks was they was expensive too. The
Oh,
Nick throwback jerseys. Man, I never forget. I had a Michael Vick college jersey.
oh wow.
Yeah, man, I wore that thing out, man. I probably had it on 2 times, 3 times a week. I can't even lie to you.
Ain't nothing wrong with it. Ain't nothing wrong with it. You said it's like with every major artist, you saying like there's you said a distinctive quality, or distinctive trait about them. You saying like with Pac, you said let's say with Thug Life, you said with Biggie, you said it was his delivery and his
Mhm,
voice. You saying like not saying that Pac didn't have a voice either, but you it's like when you think of Biggie, you think of that voice.
mhm,
When you say think of Jay-Z, it's almost the you
mhm.
say it's like you think of Ludacris. I think Ludacris, if he hadn't got into music, Ludacris would have been one of the greatest comedians the world's ever seen. That to me, just
Mhm,
because his humor, you say because
mhm,
like you know what I'm saying like so and with Nelly with the you saying with the Band-Aid or with the you
mhm.
know
Everybody has
his
a signature, yeah. What about the mystical signature?
he's you
You
said
know what
we
I'm
talked
talking about?
we said like we it was like we talked shit about Blueface and Sucker Shock a second ago. Like to me, that he was offbeat and offbeat, but he stayed in the pocket. But his like to me, his trait to me was his energy. Like
Mhm,
he's just all full and like almost like a Tasmanian devil.
mhm.
And you knew once Mystical came out, it was you was about to be entertained. You know what I'm
Yeah,
saying?
and you know, if he was on the song, it's like you waited for it to come on. You waited for his verse to come on because you know he was gonna take you there.
And you better not let him go first because you're probably gonna have to rewrite.
Yeah, yeah,
You
Mr. Truth. It's so crazy hearing so much legal stuff right now, but it's unfortunate.
yeah. And you said like hopefully they can get through that. You saying like I wasn't there, so I'm not gonna. You saying I don't speculate over here. You saying
Right,
like
right, right, right.
speak facts. All of we can go is what's been reported. Now
Exactly.
I hope the allegations are false, just like with the buddy from Creed 3. I just had a brain fart. Just
From
the guy.
who?
Anyway, you said because like he's going through some legal issues as
Who?
well.
Which
Now
guy? Where he
the
from?
Creed 3.
Oh, talking about Michael B. Jordan.
No, the other guy. I think it was Michael Chambers or something like that. But
Oh, yeah, I know.
it'll come back to me after the interview, and I'll be like, "Damn it," you know.
Right.
But he's supposedly going through some legal issues as well. I guess his girlfriend said that he assaulted her, and he pretty much lost all of his endorsements and everything like that. Now
Mm,
it's coming out he was lying. She was just mad or whatever. But he didn't already, and he was already prosecuted in the court of public opinion, and it just took everything away from him. You said like in this era that we live in, you saying you say you're found guilty in the court of public opinion before you even hit a courtroom. You
yeah.
say, the issue that I have about it, and I definitely want to know your opinion on it, is when it comes to find out that these women could possibly be lying, nothing happens to them.
Mhm.
But and whatever said about said individual, their career is almost ruined. So, Easton, what's your stance on that?
It's unfortunate, man. I do think that the women, once found out they're lying, should face some type of criminal punishment also, because it's crazy that you'll tear somebody down like that off of a lie. You know, if it's the truth, then justice should be served and all that good stuff. But if it's a lie, man, that's unfortunate. I don't know. That's crazy.
Right, because like even with the Ti situation, because it came out that him and Tiny was supposedly had a harem of girls and this, that, and the
Right.
third. But that once he jumped out of a political race, all of that disappeared. But they still had that stigma over his head. So and of course, to find out even the opposing politician, I can't remember her name, but who was running for mayor of Atlanta, you
Hmm.
came out and said, "You said, didn't you find out what happened last time you tried to jump into politics?" Basically telling on herself, "I'm the one that put that stuff out there, and nothing happened to her." You know what I mean? Like so, like you said, I think you said they should be prosecuted as well.
Yeah. Yeah, they should. Yeah.
And you saying it's like, I mean, it's just crazy. You said, but like I guess let's switch to some fun.
Okay.
One thing we love about music, it gets you to move. You saying like
Yeah.
you dance, you said like or whatever. To you, what is your favorite ATL dance that's ever came about to this point?
Um, it probably would have to be Superman, Soldier Boy,
Okay.
because I think I was clubbing around that time, and I was clubbing in the era of all the snap music.
Mhm.
So the way that Atlanta was putting it together was real dope.
Yeah.
And I nope, I would have to take that back. I would have to say Swag Surf.
That was definitely a good one.
Yeah, to see everybody in unison in the club, stop, wait for the beat to drop, and everybody go the same way,
Yeah.
and to be like on the stage looking down watching it.
Mhm.
Yeah, that was dope. I think I would have to say Swag Surf. My
You said,
old ass.
you said like back in my day, I would definitely get on the floor, do my little 1-2. Which
Mhm.
is, so like I would definitely agree with you. Back in that era, you said I was definitely into snapping, the swag surfing, and all that stuff like that. Now, me being a 40-year-old man, just like, dude, if you just give me beef it up, I'm cool. My little 1-2, just beef it up.
Yeah, yeah.
Use it. So like coming up soon, I believe we have one of the biggest, if not the biggest, possible versus battles coming up. P
Yeah.
Diddy versus Jermaine Dupri.
Who you got?
I get I got JD.
I got JD too, man.
And that's not me being biased of Atlanta. You said, I mean,
Yeah.
because you said Diddy got hits and hits and hits and hits, but JD wrote hits and hits and hits and hits. You know
Yeah.
what
I think what's gonna be the shocker is all of Puffy hits. We know him because Puffy was on them. He was in them videos dancing. So you know the Puffy hits.
I mean?
Everybody don't know them Jermaine Dupri hits. And I think when he started dropping them, they're gonna be like, "Oh, he did that one. He did that one. He did that one too." That's what
Mhm.
the crowd. That's what he gonna get out of the crowd, and that right there is what's gonna push him over the top.
Right.
You know,
You,
when he start coming with them hits that we didn't even know that he wrote or had anything to do with, that's what's gonna push him over the top.
I definitely agree. You said because like you know what I'm saying, like you said you got Biggie, you got Faith, you got Craig Mack, you got the whole Junior Mafia, you got 112, you got Dave
Did he
26.
got a list now? Did he got a list now?
Oh yeah, definitely. But it's like nobody nobody that Diddy's got around him or has had around him has really had any longevity other than Biggie, and that's only because a lot of times when our artists
Well,
die,
Mary.
that's true. That's definitely true. Definitely true. That's one we'll give him.
That's about all I can think of that's still around longevity wise. I would just Mary.
Usually it's like, but I mean, you look at somebody like JD, the brat's still around and can use it. And if she touches stage, she about to shut it down. You saying he's Mariah Carey, Janet. I mean, the list goes on and on and on.
They got timeless hits, even with the Mariah Carey Christmas album, man. Like every year, that album gonna be played for decades to come, and it's already been played for decades. Every year around holidays, you're gonna hear Mariah Carey Christmas songs.
Thanksgiving, that's when they start playing. You said it's like you look at something. It's like we talk about a lot about you said art using being subjective, and
Mhm.
I've been getting a lot of flack here lately because to me, the Super Bowl performance with Rihanna was mediocre to me. Now,
Mhm.
I'm not taking away from Rihanna because we know she's got the hits. I don't care that she's a billionaire. I don't
Mhm.
care that she was pregnant. And the hits were hitting, but like I said, art is subjective, and the interpretation of her art that I got was I was sitting in a high school health class. You said an embryo and a bunch of sperm coming to fertilize you to let us know that you're pregnant. Well, it's kind of boring to me. And
Yeah.
people are on my ass like back pockets about that shit. You said so. What was your opinion on that particular performance?
So I love Rihanna. She's dope. I don't know, man. I'm kind of upset with Rihanna though, because she hasn't dropped anything, nothing new. I wanna hear the music part of Rihanna. I don't care about her being a billionaire. I don't care about the makeup line, the clothes, whatever she got. Just give us some more music. That's what we know you for. We know you as an artist. And so I think once the money started coming into place, she's seen that she can make money elsewhere. She kind of left us hanging on the music aspect.
No,
So yeah, I enjoyed seeing her at the Super Bowl, but it was like, eh, give us some music, man. Give us something.
right.
So I don't know. I could have seen a lot of other people doing the Super Bowl. But it's Rihanna, man. You know, Jay-Z got that pull.
Yeah, you saying
Jay-Z
like I said,
gonna make
it,
it happen. Yeah, I thought maybe after the Super Bowl she would hit us with a single or two, but she didn't. I don't think she got.
she did. She did
She
a
dropped
single.
a
She dropped a single for the Wakanda Forever soundtrack.
Okay, okay.
So I'm gonna have to go back and listen to it, but I think she's up for a Grammy for that song.
Just that quick.
Yeah, and it's just like, but the reason, another reason I thought it was kind of to me was pitted against last year. You go from Dr. Dre, Snoop Dogg, 50 Cent, Mary J. Blige, Eminem, and Kendrick Lamar,
Mm-hmm.
and they had a whole bunch of stuff going. I mean, of course, me personally, as a fan of music, I could critique everything. Like 50
Mm-hmm.
Cent, out of breath, I could critique the hell out of that. Me being a car guy, I could not have been in SoFi Stadium. And they would have had to drag me off the field because the minute them mofos was standing on top of them lowriders, I'm kicking somebody in the leg.
Is
You
that
not standing on the hood of no car, man.
right?
Or I didn't understand Kendrick Lamar's whole Meteor Man Golden Lords thing.
Mm.
Use it's a lot, but then, like I said, it's subjective. You know what I'm saying? It's
So
like,
so who would you like to see?
I mean, like I loved seeing Rihanna. You said
Mm-hmm.
I just wish she had put more thought into it. You know what I mean? It's like because all her songs tell so many stories and just elevators going up and down. You see, it's like because like I said, last year told a story. You mean you had the house and you look in the background, you got Google Earth pictures of from
Mm-hmm.
outside the barbershop, and I mean, like there's so many Easter eggs in
Right.
last performance that makes you think. I wish that Rihanna would have gave some more thought into her performance, just from my opinion. You know what I mean?
So let me ask you a question. Which Super Bowl halftime show do you think is the best out of all of them so far?
All right. Right now, I'm gonna give it to Prince, number one,
Yeah.
Jackson, number two, Beyonce with the Fire Stage,
Mm-hmm.
Dr. Dre, and Bruno Mars. That's
Okay. Yeah,
what
Bruno.
about you?
Yeah,
What
that was
about
dope. The Prince doing Purple Rain, and
in the
then
rain?
then it started raining a little bit. I was like, oh man, perfect. He killed it.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
So what's your favorite ones?
You just named them,
Oh,
and I probably would have picked that same order too.
okay.
But I think um Beyonce and Bruno Mars was together though, right? Didn't they perform together? No, I think they had separate shows, but I think on the Beyonce show, Bruno Mars came out and did a song or two or something like that.
It was during Coldplay. It was actually Coldplay's Super Bowl performance, but then they
Mm.
cut. Beyonce went into her formation, and then Bruno Mars went to Uptown Funk or something like that.
Yeah, got you. Yeah, that was dope. Yeah, I liked that one too.
But like to me, it kind of didn't make sense. Because once Beyonce and Bruno Mars hit the stage, you totally forgot about Coldplay.
You did. Yeah, you definitely did. You definitely did.
So
But
when
I like the Lady Gaga halftime show.
that one was good. You said like that was good. The Katy Perry one wasn't bad either.
Yeah, I like the Katy Perry one. Yeah. Mm-hmm.
It's like when we're getting into it, like you said, an era of music to where like snitching is the thing. You saying like there's another YouTuber I watch. He's a criminal lawyer from again I think Minnesota or something like. He's
Mm-hmm.
Bruce Criminal Lawyer Reacts or something like that. And he sells hats. He's on his little shop place, and it says
Mm-hmm.
"Stop snitching." And you so where do you think this is coming from? You want to tell it all. You want to be so real that you tell it on yourself. And
Mm-hmm.
how do you feel about you saying like district attorneys using your lyrics against you?
I don't know, man. The fact that I have kids and I have teenagers, I kind of teach them to, if they see something, say something, because if the shoe was on the other foot and it was them that was something happened to them, you would want somebody to say something. So when it comes to the snitching, I think it's just part of how you live your life. If you in the streets, then that's you. You live by that code. But if you're a regular civilian like me, hey, I got to make that report. If it comes down to my, my kids or my family or my friends, I got to write that report.
Yeah.
So it, I'm not in the streets though. I don't live a street life, so I'm a civilian. You know what I'm saying? But when it comes to using the lyrics, that's kind of hard too, because it used to be where people would just write lyrics, and it was where at one point nobody was living by those lyrics. It just sounded good. Now they really doing it and rapping about it. You know what I'm saying? Like they are solving murders in lyrics.
Yep.
Back in the day, man, nobody went living by them lyrics.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? And if they was just like, it wasn't many people living by those lyrics. It just sounded good. I used to write raps and I wasn't doing half that stuff. You know what I'm saying? Allegedly. But
Right. But now it's like it was 5 o'clock on the dot and we robbed the spot. He was like, bruh, what did you do?
So can you really be mad if they go back and use the lyrics against you? You really can't even you told on yourself. Like you said, self-snitching.
Mm-hmm. So like a lot of people, they don't understand, because you were alluding to it a second ago, but they don't understand the concept of you saying snitching, because like you said, if you're a civilian, it's if you're the victim of a crime and you call law enforcement, that's usually I was violated.
I need some help. Yeah.
Now, if you are living that street life, and just like you said, and you and one of your counterparts enter into a criminal activity, and both of y'all get jammed up, and you tell on the partner you was just with to get less time, that is snitching. And you said, like, I don't know where we lost the correlation between the two. You said, but it's like, because I was talking to my kids the other day, and he was like, one of them did something, so the other child came and told me, stop snitching on me.
Yeah.
Did something to them. That's not snitching.
Right.
So it's like trying to teach these kids that there's a difference. Because that word snitch can have you out here looking like Tekashi 6ix9ine.
Yeah.
At the end of the day, he's a victim of getting beat up. But is he though?
You know what I'm saying? But he definitely is a snitch though. Like he was portraying that lifestyle, and when it all fell down, he told. So he snitched. So I don't know, man. I don't know, man. I honestly would have thought that it would have been happened to him.
Mm-hmm.
I thought something crazy was gonna be happen to him, but he's out here doing his thing.
So like, how do you feel about? I mean, because like you just said, like you thought it would have been. We all did. You said, but do you praise saying the guys who beat him up, or you be like, y'all Negroes are stupid?
Stupid, man. Come on, man. Now I think I've read this morning that they might be facing 15 years, and they're gonna get it. 6ix9ine is protected now. He's an informant. Like he's a part of, you know what I'm saying? So anytime somebody does something to him, they're gonna throw the book at him.
Right.
He cooperated.
Right.
You see how fast they caught the guys? They didn't play no games. Caught him right away.
Right. It's like everybody's looking for that viral moment, and you said a lot of times a viral moment will backfire on you, just like you said with these gentlemen. They wanted it on the internet so bad. You were saying like, and because like I've had a couple of interviews today. So and then my last interviews you said with a radio personality in Cleveland. You saying her name is Honey Bad, and we were talking about going viral because I had a post of mine somewhat go viral on TikTok. Remember the video where the girl was recording her baby daddy and he brought his kid food and not food for the other kids? On my TikTok, I was like, well, you know how I feel about it. Fuck them kids. and it did like 50,000 views, like in a day. And come to find out, now they're being investigated because I think she's under investigation for like welfare fraud or something like that. They actually only have one kid, but if they did it, they went viral and ended up backfiring and blowing up their whole life. It's like, so like, as somebody that's a public figure, what are some of the good and the bad that can come with putting yourself out there on the internet?
Clout chasing is a hell of a drug, man. I don't go that far. I don't know, man. It's clout chasing is a hell of a drug, and it seems like everybody's blowing up or becoming viral off of chasing clout. So if this person chasing clout go viral and become this star, the next person think that they should do the same thing. But that was a good topic though. That was a good conversation starter. You know what I'm saying? Like, how do you go about treating the other kids when you're with a woman that has other kids? So I was on Facebook and somebody posted that, and the comments was hilarious, but it was a good conversation starter. I don't know, but clout chasing is a hell of a drug, man. That's about all I can say about that.
Right. Personally, I have 5 kids. I love every one of them.
Mm-hmm.
Fuck
them kids. Hey man, let me tell you, that's my slogan too. Me and my siblings, my mom passed in 2021.
I hear
that. And me and my siblings, we started something called Sibling Sunday. Mm-hmm. So every Sunday we'll go to brunch or something. And we went to brunch. After brunch was over, we had too many mimosas. We was in the parking lot tripping. And my brother went live. And my grandma in Florida, she be watching in on Facebook. So my brother went live, and I had one of them fuck them kids moments. My sister was like, "We got to get back to the house on the kids." I was like, "Man, fuck them kids." Everybody laughing. I said it like 2 or 3 times. Man, next thing you know, later on that afternoon, I got a text message. So, grandson, I know you having fun, but just watch what you be saying. I heard what you were saying. You got to love your kids. I was like, "Oh, grandma, I ain't mean it like that." So I had to call and like, "No, grandma, I love my kids." But in my mind, I'm like, "Man, fuck the kids."
Because like, to me personally, I say that because people have given me that same thing, and I said, you cannot call yourself a real parent if you never looked at them little motherfuckers like, man, fuck them kids, man. Because they'll be arguing or doing something. You was like, I'm about to throat punch one of these little bastards right
now. Yeah. But if your kids don't aggravate you, then you probably ain't in their life. Right. Because they're gonna aggravate the hell out of you.
It was like somebody asked me because, like I said, I have 5 kids. They was like, "So what's it like having kids?" I tell them all the time, having kids is like having broke best friends.
Yeah.
Usually, like, because they ain't got no money, but they there for you.
They there. They gonna ride with you, broken all.
It's like, it's just crazy. But it's just like, we got so many people out here that are fathering children, that are daddying children, but not fathering children.
Mm-hmm.
It's starting to come back around because you look at the numbers, or you saying like, or you just look in your neighborhood, you see more of it, and you're starting to like, I think being a role model starting to come back around. Like I said, as I look down, you said your timeline and stuff. You see, you have the funny stuff, you said, "Ooh, that was a good one," but you also have some motivational stuff. So you said, where does that come from, and what does that mean to you when somebody interacts with some motivational content that you put out?
It means a lot to me, man. I am more happy when people interact with me with the motivational stuff versus the funny stuff. A lot of people hit me up and they'll say thank you, thank you for your post. I was going through something and I woke up and read your status and it just motivated me. That makes me smile. I had a friend was in the hospital. She said she was in the hospital for 2 months, and she was like, my post is what got her through it. Keep going. When she told me that, I'm like, okay, I got to keep going. So I reel people in with the funny posts just to hit them with the inspirational posts. That's right.
And which is one of the reasons why, like I said, like, I reached out to you. You said to join my platform so we can have that conversation, because you said, what is being a father? What is the funny? What you said, we can have the conversation as men, because a lot of men don't want to have a conversation. You know what I'm saying?
Mm.
Like they don't want to talk about that. You know what I'm saying? Like, and with that being said, you as a public figure, what would you say to somebody that's under you, or you saying somebody you like young
Mm.
person? You saying they're starting to gain traction on social media,
Mm.
are sensitive as hell, and don't know how to deal with the comment section.
Don't read the comment section. Because the comment section, man, can be hell.
Yeah.
Just overlook it. If it don't apply, let it fly. You might see some crazy stuff. Just don't let it get to you. Sometimes I look on my statuses and I see a comment and I be like, what? Whatever. And I just keep scrolling. I don't let it bother me. So you just really gotta just stay focused and just, like I said, they don't know your life. So don't let what they say get to you. I know, like even on YouTube or just on Google, you might read a story, and then when you read the comments, you be like, man, these people are savages. These
Yes.
people. So I don't read them. I just keep scrolling.
There's a channel you saying because like I guess what no, no I was like scrolling my YouTube and you would see the Kevin Samuel stuff before he
Mm,
passed. Stuff like that. There was another channel that would also usually float around too. It's called Pink Book Lessons. I don't know if you ever heard of it, but you said
mm.
this. She's very similar to you know what I'm saying Kevin Samuels, but
I think I heard about her. Yeah.
she is cutthroat. Usually like usually I guess Eva Marcel is
Mm,
getting ready to divorce her husband or whatever. That same husband joined in with Eva Marcel and basically alienating Kevin McCall's daughter away from him. And he adopted, you said Kevin McCall's daughter, gave her his last name. Now Eva's about to skip town and she wants child support from the husband on somebody else's baby. And so Pink Book Lessons was basically using he's like calling this dude all kind of simps and we need a
mm,
simp intervention on this dude. And it's like so when you come across content like that, you said when you come across content like that, even if you don't necessarily comment, or
mm.
whatever, it's like what goes through your mind when you hear a different perspective that you may not agree with, but you still listen for the information. How do you take it in?
A lot of my post comes from other posts.
Mhm.
So if I'm on somebody else's page or if I'm on YouTube and I don't agree with something, I won't comment. I'll just go on my page and make my own post about how I feel about it. And that way it keeps me out of, bumping heads with somebody else. Because everybody's entitled to their own opinion, man. So if you see it that way, that's fine. But I'm finna take my little comment and I'm finna go make me a status about it. You ain't got to even know that it's, what I'm saying, dealing with what you said. But I put my own spin on it and say how I think about it and not keep it moving.
Okay. Now, since it's like right now we're still in the space where we're talking to you said the young people that are trying to get into a social media space, or you said,
Mm-hmm.
or thinking about it. You said it's like because you mentioned it earlier, so I'm going to ask you about it. You said, how often do you get that call about something you posted, asking because like asking, were you talking about me? So how do you deal with that?
Man, I had a couple of years ago, I had a chick hit me up and was like, "Man, that's messed up. I thought we was better than that." I'm like, well, "What are you talking about?" She was like, "That post you post, I know you was talking about me." I was like, "Girl, I don't even know your business." What it was is I was friends with somebody that she was beefing with,
Mhm.
and she thought that the girl who she was beefing with was telling me stuff.
Mm,
I never had a conversation about her, but my post hits home so deep that she just knew that somebody was telling her business. And I
right.
said, "Look, that's not me. I don't put nobody else's business on social media. You ain't got to ever worry about that." I said, "Nobody. I'm not even finna listen to somebody talking about somebody else. That's not where I'm at in my life. As soon as somebody hit me up and man, guess what? Let me tell you, I don't want to hear it. I don't want no
Right.
part." Because a
Right.
lot of times you got to be careful on what you let in your spirit.
Mhm.
So I cut it short. But yeah, I was like, "Girl, what are you talking about?" She just knew that somebody had done told me her business. You know what I'm saying? But then I went back and made a post like, "Hey, if the shoe fit, wear it."
You say tie it up and walk down the street.
Yeah.
It's like you said going along with it, like back to the comment section thing. You said it's like it's easy to say talk. You see, because when people make fun of crack jokes on our kids or something like that, they can get in feelings and use and this, that, and the third, and we can sit there and say it's words they talked about Jesus, or you said like in real life, you said we're in an era that words are actually hurting people to where they're using they're taking their own lives or taking other people's lives, this, that, and the third. And so I know a lot of people in the Black community, we shy away from therapy to talk about our issues because we're like, oh, that's a white man's game, or this, that, and the third, or
right.
We just go through. We've been going through it for 400 years and blah 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 blah. But at the end of the day, somebody needs to be able to talk to somebody. You say so like if you right now, like let's say you're talking to a kid right now, it's just like he's been bullied in the comment section or online and is possibly thinking of hurting himself and or others. How would you approach that situation?
Man, so I would have to say this first. Man, these some weak ass kids. man, we had tough skin growing up. Sticks and stones may break my bones, but words will never hurt me. Man, we talked about each other every day in the outside. And probably got mad, but the next day, everything somebody said the day before, you done forgot about it. We had tough skin. These kids ain't the same. So I guess we have to approach them differently. You know what I'm saying? So I understand that. But I would say sticks and stones may break my bones, but words will never hurt me. Like that. That's like a real saying. And if anybody thinking about harming themselves because of what somebody has said, they don't know your life. Sticks and stones may break my bones. You really got to believe in that. You know what I'm saying? But counseling it's important. When we was raised, we didn't know nothing about counseling. Everything was, get over it. You'll be all right. Go sit down somewhere. You'll be all right. When I think like maybe 100% of the Black community need counseling. We all need some type of counseling, man. So I think we got to make counseling a thing. You know what I'm saying? I think I need counseling. You know what I'm saying? I ain't seeked it quite yet, but I know I need counseling. But
it's like you know what I'm saying. Like that's one of the reasons why I started this. You saying it's like just life in general. You saying it's like to what you said to where we can tell our stories through conversations. Where like I said, whether it's about music, whether it's about music, but like to me, I've taken this as a form of therapy. You know what I'm saying? Now I'm not even gonna cap. You know what I'm saying? Like I've had some people, like I said, in the comment section. I don't give a damn about the comment section because at the end of the day, my Facebook is monetized, my YouTube is monetized, my Instagram is monetized, my TikTok's all monetized. Thank you for the view, bitch. Appreciate it.
Exactly. Hey, look, you here for a reason. Like they say, I was watching something on YouTube the other day. It was like, even dislikes count. Like it or dislike it, but just give me one of them. If you don't like the content, hit the dislike button. That dislike can possibly still put you in the algorithm. So yeah, leave your little nasty comment and hit the dislike button on the way out. I appreciate you.
Right. You say so like you said, in your opinion, what does it take to really be able to pop via social media? You said like because I mean we've already covered thick skin. You said ignoring the comment section, but I one thing I say is originality, but nothing anymore to a degree. You said, but like what's something that you need to have to be able to, where you want to get into this space?
Consistency. I think consistency is a big key. I started my YouTube channel back in 2015, but it was only just to research stuff. And I had like maybe 5 subscribers. I really wasn't stunned, you know what I'm saying? But like a couple of months ago, I was like, let me see something real quick. So I posted a reel, and the reel got like 3.5K views. I'm like, what? Wait a minute. So I posted another reel, posted another reel. Before you know it, my subscribers was getting like, I was getting like 10, 15 subscribers a day. And I was like, oh, so you have to be consistent. You have to be consistently posting to get into the algorithm. And once I started consistently just posting content reels, I got into the algorithm for a split second. And before you know it, I had like 1,500 subscribers within like 3 weeks.
Wow, that's dope.
Yeah.
So right now it's like, what is your most viewed video or reel?
I gotta it's not my content, but it's a interview that Jeezy did. And Jeezy explained how his first time going to New Orleans with Bootsy.
Mhm.
And he said his first time seeing an extendo clip, he said the Boosie had a whole bunch of teenagers or kids, or I ain't gonna call them kids. We had a lot of young people around them, and all of them had extendos hanging out of their pocket. And I don't know what it was, but that video like took off. I think now it's like at like 30K views,
Wow.
40K views now. So
Let's see what's crazy because I've got a video that we said went super viral. Well, you said, and of course, it was when I first started YouTube, and I didn't really understand about copyright at the time because I was like when I first started, I was just using watching a reaction videos.
mm-hmm,
So I decided I'm gonna go buy me a camera and a laptop, and I'm gonna do reaction videos. So I did a reaction to Childish Gambino's "This Is America."
mm-hmm.
That video right now has almost 500,000 views on it, but I got copyright strikes on it because I didn't understand about copyright at the time.
Mm-hmm. But it was a reaction video, so they still you still got a strike from a reaction video.
Yep. But this was crazy because like with one of J. Cole's last album, the Off Season.
Mm-hmm.
Like he posted a documentary called The Interlude prior to the Off Season, and they were blocking everybody that was trying to react to that. You said I just depends on the artist and whatever the content is, and you said if you know how to pause it, that's why you see reactors pause the videos. You said trying to get
seconds, yeah, because I think like every 3 seconds, if you hit pause and talk about it, then
yeah.
Charleston White struck one of my videos.
A word.
I did a reaction video to something he said a couple of months ago, and then I checked my email, and it was like Charleston White has struck this video, or however the email worded. I was like, oh man, come on, man. It was a reaction video too, but
well, see, you saying like he does that anyway because you said he's money hungry, and he's gonna make money off your content.
Mm-hmm.
That's why that's why they'll do that. And see, like if video gets yellow marked, I don't mind it,
right?
Because I'm still getting you saying some monetary gain off of, but
right.
That copyright stuff. Oh my God! Especially if you don't put all this work in the editing and this, that, and the third. Like, because you said, like,
I think my strike said it gave me like 7 days to delete the video. So he did, yeah. It was like if you don't delete this video, I think it gave me like 5 days to delete the video, and the strike will go away. And I heard up and deleted the video, so I didn't get that strike. Yeah.
Yeah, because YouTube they only give you 3.
I know. Yeah. But I was watching a video of Charleston White. He was live and he was on his laptop. He was like, "Yep, I'm finna strike this page for using me. I'm finna strike." He was going through striking people's channels. I was like, "Oh man, how lame is that?"
I mean, it's super lame. But you said a lot of people look at Charleston White as super lame anyway. But that's neither. I mean, that's like I said, it's whatever your opinion is on him. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
You said it's been amazing sitting down with your brother. You said, matter of fact, give everybody all your socials so they know how to get in contact with you.
Okay. So on YouTube, it's Fly Rebel TV. You can see the tag right down to my name. Facebook is Eric Judge Tisdale. On Instagram is Judge Dredd. On Twitter is Judge Dredd. Judge Dredd was my rap name, so I still have that up as my name. But yeah, that's how you can find me, man.
Like I said, this has been amazing. It's been an amazing conversation. Like I said, we're gonna have to do this again, my brother. You know what I'm saying?
I appreciate you.
Definitely. You saying without further ado, y'all make sure y'all like, share, comment, subscribe, turn on that bell so you don't miss another video. Without further ado, this is That Guy Dub checking out with my man Flyboy TV. Let's go, man.
Salute, man. Appreciate you for having me. Bless.
Thank you. Peace.